Life is boring. Most days of the year are unremarkable, they begin and end with no lasting memories made in between. Most days have no impact on the course of a life. Being a teenager is also uneventful. You show up, eat lunch with the same 5 people, go back home, take a depression nap, and wake up at 10 p.m. fully clothed with the lights on, and then repeat the next day. This is why 90% of movies about teen life are absolutely terrible. You can't just have an hour and a half of characters going to school, coming back home, and doing nothing interesting in between, because even though that's what high school is, it's boring to watch. But you also can't have characters who are supposed to be teenagers involved in a super high stakes, intense plot with gunfights and sports cars, because even though that makes for a great movie, it's unrealistic to actual teen life. And another massive problem is that everybody's high school experience is different. You could write a movie starring a main character who has specifically 12 friends, is in a loving relationship, and is constantly going out and having the time of their fucking lives, and one person will go, "Yep, that's me. That's exactly what my life in high school was like." And then another person will go, "That's stupid. That never actually happened." Because everyone's experiences are different. And it doesn't help that most teen media is written from people who have been out of high school longer than you've been alive. So there's always this weird, dated, rose-colored depiction of being a teenager. And that leads us to this dilemma where you sit there like, well, shit. How do I make something that's interesting enough to keep people engaged for an hour and a half, but subdued and realistic enough to where it could actually happen in real life? And if you're 90% of teen media, the answer to both those questions is that you don't. You either blow mundane things way out of proportion to create this artificial sense of drama, or you have ripped 28-year-old sophomores driving sports cars. Oh my god, I got a 63 on my math test, which means my mom's gonna ground me, which means I can't go to prom, which means I can't tell Brad I like him, which means Amanda's gonna steal them from me, which also... Yeah, my dad just bought me this car so I can get to my first period geometry class faster. Ugh, being 16 is so lame. This, however, is where Dazed and Confused comes in. It's a teen movie with no real plot or conflict that somehow manages to be entertaining and engaging for its entire runtime, and it has a believable story that could and probably has happened plenty of times before in real life. The characters don't do anything ridiculous for the majority of the movie. In fact, the main chunk of the movie is just them driving around at night looking for something to do. They stop at fast food places, they smoke weed, they talk about their friends, but like the dialogue and the atmosphere is so good that even though they're doing boring ass shit, you're still engaged and you don't even realize nothing is happening because you're enjoying it so much. I don't know how realistic the whole thing with the seniors picking on the freshmen actually is. That may just be a time period thing, but everything else is still completely believable. And it's believable because it shows the events of the story from every perspective. The events of the movie aren't just shown from the view of the cool jock kid. Wait, did they just fucking dap each other up? You also see what a night out looks like from the perspective of a freshman hanging out with the seniors for the first time and trying to be cool, or these three who are just normal kids who aren't popular and don't necessarily fit in, but they're bored of just driving around and figure why not go to the party. Regardless of what life you had in high school, you will be able to relate to at least one of these characters and put yourself in their shoes. And even though there's different perspectives shown, there aren't really any social circles in the movie, which I really adore. All of the characters interact and hang out with each other at least once, besides these three and the middle schoolers, and nobody stays in one set group, and characters are constantly interacting with different people in a completely natural way and switching between people. Randall's supposed to be a star quarterback and king of the school, but he still hangs out with these kids who are pretty much just normal and they're not fucking football jocks. But unfortunately, the characters are really hit or miss. Even though I like this movie, I will say that. They're either the star of the show or they're just sort of there. Like this guy who I don't even think had a name, or this guy, or this girl, and this girl. And even though Matthew McConaughey's character is the most iconic out of everyone in this movie, we're gonna ignore him. Because the real star of this movie is Don. I love Don so much. Even though he's supposed to be the dumb football jock, there's still a nice, like, kind of big brother side to his character, and he's always just so much fun to watch. My favorite scene with him is when him and his friends are out driving and want to buy beer, but nobody has any money, so they tell him to go steal the beer, but after walking a little bit away, he says that he's not actually going to steal it and he's going to pay for it, and it's just such a wholesome scene. And aside from Randall, Don is pretty much the only senior who actually felt and acted like he was Mitch's friend. God, I love this man so much. And speaking of Mitch, this whole movie so accurately portrays that awkward feeling of hanging out with the older kids as a teenager. You know, you don't really get any of their jokes. You're introduced to a bunch of random people you'll never see again. They're hopping from place to place and you're just casually going along with it. It's all done so well and so awkwardly. The most relatable parts, though, if I had to pick any, were when the seniors were trying to give Mitch girl advice. Just, ugh. I've been in so many situations where someone will sit there and give the worst possible relationship advice in the most confident and shit-eating way possible. I'm sure someone else can relate to having some dude who makes his entire personality the fact that he got laid once, like, come over to you, put his arm around your shoulder and go, hey man, I see you talking to that girl. Yeah, I mean, she seems pretty chill. You wanna fuck her? I mean, no, not really. I only met her like 10. Listen, man. You gotta pretend like you're not interested. Say you hate her. And if she asks you to hang out, say that you'll think about it. I don't know. I mean, that kind of seems like a dick move. I don't know why you wouldn't just be on. Trust me, bro. It works. Alright? So, like, are you gonna stop staring at me and leave? Because this interaction ended 10 seconds ago. And your arm is still around my shoulder, and now we're just kind of like nodding at each other. Every fucking time it happened in the movie, I felt my entire body shrivel in upon itself because it's happened to me so many times. So like, good job for portraying that scenario so accurately, but I also never want to see it again. Random side note though, I was wondering how beer was so abundant throughout the entire movie, considering that all the characters are supposed to be in high school. And then I saw this sign, and yeah, turns out, back in the 70s, in all of these blue states, you only had to be 18 years old to buy and drink beer. Like, isn't that hilarious? Like, just think about it. Imagine coming out of your English 4 class and then stopping by the gas station and grabbing a 6-pack on the way home. I don't know why I found that thought so funny. But anyway, the absolute best part of Dazed and Confused is how it doesn't glorify anything that happens. You watch it at first and think, this is just a dumb, cheesy movie about the 70s. And I mean, yeah, but also no. Make this summary as short as possible. Dazed and Confused is a movie from the early 90s that glamorizes the 70s, where the characters say that the 60s were better. It's entirely self-aware of itself, and even though it paints this nice picture of high school life in the mid-70s, and the characters all drive these cool cars that would be super fucking expensive today, and they do all this stuff, they still don't care, and they say, oh man, the 60s were better. And later on, one of the characters says, if I look back and think of these as the best years of my life, remind me to kill myself. Because that's what life is actually like. Regardless of when you're born, people always say the past was better and that the present sucks. But then the future comes and the present that previously sucked dick becomes the past that's better than the present. It's just this never-ending loop that you could probably trace back to the beginning of history. Aw man, you know, Jim, I really think that the Paleozoic period was better than the Mesozoic period. It's so nice to see a movie, especially a teen movie of all things, acknowledge that, yeah, life looks great when you look back on it, but no matter where you are in the moment, you think, man, this fucking sucks, and you don't think anything of it. Especially rings true because I found myself thinking something similar. I'll never say some fuck shit like, I was born in the wrong generation. Bro, you kidding me? I've got a rectangle in my pocket that can show me anime boobies whenever I want. Like, that's fucking amazing. But at the same time, I am still curious to know what it would have been like to live through previous decades. Not out of romanticism, but just curiosity. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with wondering what it'd be like to live in a world before the internet, or a world where the legal age to buy alcohol was 18. There is another side to that scene where Randy says that if he looks back on high school as the best years of his life, reminding him to kill himself. Jesus Christ, that is such an awkward sentence to word. Because in that same scene on the football field, Don agrees that he doesn't want these to be the best years of his life, but he also at least wants to be able to look back and not have any regrets and know that he made the most of the situation when he was stuck here and gave it his all. I love this man. But yeah, that ends a short trilogy of videos revolving around old teen movies, mostly because I haven't watched any more and I can't be fucked to do so. Like, I'm sure there's other ones that are actually decent, and if anyone knows any, please recommend me them, but as of right now, still not really a fan of teen movies.